Welcome to Afghan News with Mohsen Jamal. The White House has asked the Pentagon for initial recommendations for the United States troop presence in Afghanistan in 2014, a first step in planning the final U.S. drawdown here despite a bleak security outlook. Sources familiar with the discussion said President Barack Obama's top aides have asked for scenarios for 2014. Bruce Riedel, the former CIA officer who chaired the review of Afghan policy Obama ordered when he took office in 2009, and retains close White House ties, said that planning for troop levels in 2013 and 2014 is now in a preliminary phase. Obama and allied leaders committed last year to turning security in Afghanistan over to Afghan control by 2014, but it has not been previously reported that the White House requested detailed planning to see that goal through. The efforts to chart the course out of Afghanistan come as the White House takes decisive steps to end the bloody, costly wars that defined the decade following the September 11 attacks and refocus on an ailing U.S. economy and the 2012 election. Turkey is hosting a conference this week on creating a regional strategy for improving security and economic development in Afghanistan ahead of the withdrawal of international combat forces by the end of 2014. Afghan President Hamid Karzai and President Asif Ali Zardari of Pakistan were in Istanbul for a meeting on Tuesday. Afghanistan and the United States are demanding that Pakistan do more to curb militant activity in sanctuaries on its territory. Pakistan denies that it shelters or supports the Haqqani network, a wing of the Taliban that has been blamed for high-profile attacks in Kabul. U.S. Secretary of State Hillary Rodham Clinton had planned to attend Wednesday's conference, but cancelled her trip because her mother is ill. Afghan lawmakers from Kandahar say their country's security forces are not yet ready to assume full security responsibilities from NATO in the rest of southern province. The lawmakers said Tuesday that Kandahar should be among the last regions handed over by NATO to its Afghan counterparts. Kandahar lawmaker Khalid Pashtun says recent attacks in the province spotlight the continued insurgency in the area. Taliban fighters on Monday set off a car bomb and stormed an area housing UN offices in Kandahar city, killing 5 people, including 3 UN employees. NATO is trying to accelerate the security transition in Afghanistan as it plans to withdraw its combat forces by the end of 2014. At least 2 people, including an Afghan policeman, have been wounded in 2 simultaneous blasts in the eastern Afghanistan. Local officials say the first blast took place near a foreign troops base in Khost city, the provincial capital of Khost province, that wounded a civilian, and the second blast occurred in Garbez district of the province, in which a policeman was injured. Mubarak Zadran, a spokesman for the governor, said. Meanwhile, the coalition forces in Afghanistan said in a statement that 2 service members from the NATO-led International Security Force were killed in an attack using a homemade bomb in eastern Afghanistan on Tuesday. The Interior Ministry also said in a statement that Afghan security forces and foreign troops killed 11 insurgents, wounded 2 and detained 29 in 6 provinces over the past 24 hours. Elsewhere, a landmine in Maidan Shar district of southwestern Wardak province on Monday killed 4 children. Shahidullah Shahid, a spokesman for Wardak governor, said in a statement on Tuesday. UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon on Monday said that the global organization's thoughts are with those affected by a morning terrorist attack in the city of Kandahar in Afghanistan that killed 5 people and injured 2 others, including UN employees. Ban's statement came as he addressed reporters at a press conference tomorrow, the day that the global population is slated to reach 7 billion. The attack took place at around 6 a.m. local time and resulted in the deaths of 3 UN security guards and 2 security contractors. 2 UN security guards were also wounded. The Secretary General said that this most recent attack underscores risks that aid workers face in Afghanistan, even if their work is apolitical. India is planning to construct a 900-kilometer railway line connecting Chabahar port in Iran with the mineral-rich Hajigag region of Afghanistan, the Hindustan Times said on Tuesday. The successful completion of the project will increase Indian leverage in Afghanistan and its a strategic presence in the region, the paper said, citing informed government sources. In addition, it will open opportunities for Indian companies to explore Afghanistan's mineral wealth, believed to be worth $1 to $3 trillion. Hajigag, located in Bamiyan province, holds Afghanistan's largest iron ore deposits. Of the 22 companies shortlisted for the bid for these deposits, 14 are Indian, the paper added. A boat carrying more than 80 people en route to Australia sank in Indonesian waters near Cilacap, West Java province. A rescue team is still trying to find the missing passengers, while 47 have been rescued from the scene, Indonesian police said. The bodies were brought to a small clinic in Pangandaran town. Police said the boat overturned and sank after being hit by wind-induced waves. Asylum seekers from Sri Lanka, Afghanistan, and elsewhere have long used Indonesia as a transit point on perilous journeys to destination countries, a practice that has caused a friction between Jakarta and the destination country. NATO has ruled out the possibility of military intervention in Syria, while the Arab League revealed its roadmap to end violence in the Arab state. Speaking during a visit to the Libyan capital Tripoli, NATO Secretary General Anders Fogh Rasmussen said military action in Syria was out of the question. The Arab League's roadmap calls for tanks to be withdrawn from Syrian and for talks on Cairo between the government of President Bashar al-Assad and its opponents Nabil al-Arabi, the bloc's chief said in Doha, the Qatari capital. Al-Arabi said the bloc's foreign ministers were awaiting a response after putting the proposals to a Syrian delegation led by Foreign Minister Walid al-Muallim during talks in Doha on Sunday. The Syrian delegation has since left Doha without making any statements after Muallim held talks with the Qatari ruler. Libya's National Transitional Council has elected Abdurrahim El-Kab as the country's new transitional prime minister to replace Mahmoud Jibril. After the results, El-Kab said on Monday that he will be working very closely with the NTC and listening to the Libyan people. El-Kab, a professor at University of Tripoli, garnered 26 votes out of the total of 51 votes and said that he expected to choose his cabinet ministers within 2 weeks. Mustafa Abdul Jalil, the NTC chairman, did not run, while former interim PM Jibril fulfilled a promise to resign after Libya was declared officially liberated after the fall of Gaddafi's hometown Sirte. The NTC has promised to hold elections after 8 months for a national assembly that will spend a year drawing up a new constitution before a parliamentary poll. And that the United States government has cut off tens of millions of dollars in annual funding to the UN Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization after it voted to admit Palestine as a full member. Victoria Nuland, the U.S. State Department spokeswoman, said payments to the Paris-based organization would be stopped immediately, adding that Washington would refrain from making a $60 million payment it planned to deliver in November. The Palestinian bid received 107 yes votes during a UNESCO meeting in the French capital, with 14 countries voting against and 52 abstaining, enough to satisfy a 2/3 majority of those countries present and voting. The decision grants full membership to Palestine, which has had observer status since 1947, allowing the Palestinians to register certain sites in UNESCO's World Heritage Register. UNESCO membership marks a small victory for the Palestine Liberation Organization, which filed a bid last month for full membership at the United Nations. That is all for now. Thanks for joining us.